VC, Dale Gate 433. This is a quick video, a response video to John Baggy Hi-Fi. He did a video a couple of days ago about autumn records, and I thought I would jump on it. He'd show 5 autumn records, so I thought I'd try and do the same. But I've also been thinking of a more kind of detailed response about one particular sort of genre, which I may consider doing. But in the meantime, I thought I'd get this one out to follow up on John's thread and plug John's thread. So what I've tried to do is try to pick 5 records that I think are autumnal from 5 different genres or subgenres. For me, autumn is quite a short month. It's probably September through to late October. It's when definitely summer's over. There's a slight chill in the air. The plants are starting to turn. In my case, I often get blight on my tomatoes at that point in time. There's a dampness in the air, dew on the grass, dew-covered cobwebs, daddy long legs, harvest, festival, all that kind of stuff going on. So I live in the I live in the northern hemisphere in the UK, and that's kind of how autumn feels. And therefore, I think the music turns from summery, jangly, heat sort of music to say a slightly more melancholy. But because I love my melancholy, I have to be careful here that I don't take you too far on the melancholy scale, and we get into winter. But that's what I've tried to do anyway. I can't guarantee I've succeeded. Anyway, on with the records. So 5 different genres. So the first genre I've picked is I suppose it's post-rock, post-punk or indie, but more post-rock. And I've gone with Sigur Rós again, but this is Voltari, which I think has a more autumnal feel to it, and it has to be feel because they sing in sort of Icelandic / their own language, and I don't understand what they're singing. I just go with the mood that it creates, and I think this is less dark than some of the other stuff. Sigur Rós in the kind of post-rock genre. Then I've got neo-prog. Could have picked from a number of neo-prog bands, but I've gone for Opeth, and I've picked Damnation, which again I think for them is less dark than some of their other material, and more consistent feel, and therefore to me evokes the feel of autumn. So that's Opeth, Damnation. Now I've gone folk. I had to put folk in, and so I haven't gone with a traditional folk. I've gone with modern folk, and I keep showcasing Josiane Clarke and Ben Walker. This is Nothing Can Bring Back the Hour album that they put out. When did they put this out? 2017. Great album again, and I think the song, if you're going to sample it, It Would Not Be a Rose is a song that Josiane wrote. This is a mixture of if you like, folk standards covered and originals, I enjoyed this. And over the Bandcamp, over the lockdown with the Bandcamp Fridays, Josiane has released, which I find quite interesting, she's released 2 releases on Bandcamp Fridays where she's released her kind of like demos and original kind of I guess she called notes. She calls it notes. I think she calls it notes 1 and 2 and notes 3 and 4, or record. So basically, they literally it's almost like a dump of a hard drive of early musings of songs that went on to obviously develop fully formed songs, or in most cases. She goes right back to, I don't know, it feels like her teens with some of that. So she's kind of made that available. Because obviously with the lockdown, artists have got limited opportunities for income streams, and so I'm happy to support her, give her some money, and out of that I've got some interesting stuff to delve into to kind of work out what her thought process was in developing some of her songs. So I found that quite interesting. Anyway, so that's that on folk. Now we've gone for, I don't know what we are, Americana, alternative. I've gone with Tom Waits. So Tom Waits can be quite dark. I associate Tom Waits with, you know, nighttime, dingy nighttime. But I think on this album, Mule Variations, yeah, Mule Variations it is. It's quite a good balanced, not too dark, with some really beautiful songs on it. Hold On is a particular favourite from this album, and something like What's He Building is just a bit bonkers. But yeah, to me, it evokes a kind of autumnal feel, maybe late autumnal feel. But yeah, so that's Tom Waits and Mule Variations. I should have shown the inside of the gatefold. Oh no, maybe not. It's just got lyrics in it. And then finally, a song that's maybe written for autumn. I don't know. So it's certainly got a lot of songs that kind of you could associate, and it's Matt Berry. So I'm probably going to do a feature on Matt Berry. I've ordered his, or pre-ordered his new album. It's about to come out, and I've got most of his material. So Matt Berry, for those of you who don't know, is mainly known as a UK comedic actor, but he's also a very, very keen musician, multi-instrumentalist, and it's his, I don't know, initially maybe his hobby or his side project, but he has put out a lot of albums on the acid jazz label, and this particular album, Kill the Wolf, I think is deliberately what he tends to do. He tries to pick a genre and puts an album out to he tries to kind of cover that genre. So he's done kids TV themes, he's done prog, and this is probably psych folk, of the kind of, I don't know, Wicker Man type stuff, but with a bit more. I say he tends to layer on the instruments. So it's got Gather Up, Devil Inside, Fallen Angel, Medicine, Wolf Quartet, Solstice, October Sun, The Signs, Knock Knock, Bonfire, Village Dance, and Farewell Summer Sun are the tracks on this. So I think this evokes the mood. Okay, so that's my 5, and as I say, I may come back with a more specific video on sort of modern folk psych type music. Cheers, VC. Right.